Hello everyone, so today I'll be cooking meat pilau for iftar today. So currently I have 400 grams of mutton. I've chopped up 4 onions into these pieces, half of 3/4 of which I'll be using for the pilau rice. These are the spices that I have ready. So I have 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, a little bit of peppercorns, 2 cinnamon sticks, 1 anise seed, 2 bay leaves, and 4 cardamoms. So I've just marinated my mutton in yogurt and ginger garlic and some coriander. I've also have some powders ready, so I've used 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder, and salt to taste. So yeah, just be mixing that in. And so while I mix that in, afterwards I'll be adding 2 tablespoonful of lemon water. So whilst my mutton marinates for a few minutes, I'm going to be adding in some oil and a bit of ghee to my pan. So that's a little bit of oil. So this is actually from IKEA. So this is how I store my oil. It's really handy. So that's about 2 tablespoons full of oil. I'll probably add 1 more because, you know, everyone loves oil in their curry. And I'll be adding 1 teaspoon of ghee. Because the ghee is actually 1 tablespoon of ghee, not 1 teaspoon. I'm just gonna let that heat. Sorry about the banging noise. I'm just gonna let that heat, and then afterwards I'll be putting in my whole spices. So I added my spices and my onions, so I'm just gonna let the onions brown, and once they're brown I'm gonna add some ginger and garlic paste and then add the marinated mutton. I've also added salt to the onions. So now I've just added some ginger and garlic paste to the caramelized onions. I also added a bit of salt earlier. I'm just going to let that caramelize a bit more until the onions are a bit more brown. So the onions have been caramelizing for a bit longer. I'm going to be adding in my mutton now. Give it a little stir. And I'm just going to let that cook for a little while. Ideally looking for it to cook for about 30 minutes. So it's been about 10 minutes or so. Been frying. I've just added a bit of tomato puree to this mutton. I'm just going to let it cook on high flame and then alternate it between high and medium flame for the next 20 minutes or so. So the meat has been cooking. I'm just going to add 1 cup of water to the meat and then leave it to cook for about another 10 to 15 minutes on low flame. So I've just been cooking my meat, left it on low flame for the last about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. I know that it's cooked because the oil is coming up to the surface. I've cooked it on slow, but yeah, you can see like the oil is on the surface. So now I'm going to add some chopped coriander. So I've added some coriander. I'm just going to add a little tiny sprinkle of mint. That will give that extra kick to the flavour. So I'm going to let it cook for a little bit more before putting the rice in and the water in. So after letting it cook, I've just let it cook on high flame for the last 2 to 3 minutes. So now I'm just going to add about 6 cups of water. I've actually got boiling water here. So whilst the mutton is boiling, I'm just going to add in my rice. It's about 3 to 4 cups of rice. I'm just going to let that cook. The pilau has been cooking for about 6 to 8 minutes. As you can see, the water is coming up on the edges, but the majority of it is about 80% cooked. So what I'm going to do now is just put foil over the dish and then just put it on low heat and then kind of like cook it like a dum. But yeah, for about another 7 to 8 minutes. I've just taken the lid off and I've just seen that my pilau has cooked really nicely. So in about 10-15 minutes I'm just going to serve it up to my family, my big fat family. Yeah, I'm just going to garnish it as well with a bit more coriander. There you go, we're done. That's how you make my famous mutton pilau. I fried some potatoes earlier, so I've just been garnishing the top part with potatoes, fried potatoes, and I'm just going to put in a little drop of Karo water for that flavour, that extra flavour. Hope you like it. It looks really nice. And I have some more samosas in here.